What do you think of the new Nike Nike spikes? Well, not those spikes, trainers.
Well,
they're coming out with some mad things lately, like
they have. I'll put a disclaimer.
Space shoes, I call them.
Adidas is the best brand. Yeah. Put that out there first. But no. On a serious note, the spikes, the sprint ones, they're interesting. Like they said, it's meant to help them in the last 20 meters of the race or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see if it does, innit? First things first. Is
it legal?
I think it will be. I don't think Nike would.
I think they're trying to legalize it. They're gonna find a way to kind of. They might have to like shorten.
Even if they shouldn't about
it
a bit, I think they'll find a way.
They'll be like, so you see like where you can't be on the running track with spikes that are more than 6 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They may just make it like something like just underneath. But and you know what? I'm weirdly excited by it. At first I was like, this ain't fair. And I still think it's not fair to a degree.
Yo, Adidas, we need some kind of backup.
I think
plan
naturally
here.
Adidas will probably have a response.
Oh yeah, everyone
like,
about it
everyone have a
straight
response.
away.
But I do think actually, well, two things. There's an optimistic side of me that says actually, I feel like if there's a spike that could help you run faster times, that could add a new dynamic to track.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how 958 gets broken, because up until a certain point there weren't Mondo tracks. Then there were Mondo tracks. Then there were different surfaces. Then there were different spikes and lighter kit. So that changed the trajectory of track. Then it's been like a certain way for a while. Okay, let's change the spikes. That might add a new dynamic to athletics. So it could be positive. And then there's a realistic side of me that says there are people who are getting stressed out and panicking about whether the spike's going to have a disadvantage, even in the middle distance ones as well. My thing is this. If you wasn't fast enough anyway with normal spikes, how much are you going to get with these spikes? First things first. And secondly, you're disregarding like the work. Think Gemma Riki, is that her name? Gemma Riki?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah.
She ran really well and people were talking about it's a spike, Okay. Even if you put those spikes on, you wouldn't break the British record. So put some respect on her name in it. So I just feel like people are running wild of the whole spike conversation, but it's like there's still an element of how much
hard work.
If you look at the percentage, I'm sure it's not eclipsing like 10%.
She's probably, them spikes are probably worth 5% out of the rest that she's actually been on the track throwing up her guts. So
it's like, let's not get overexcited. Like people still have to put hard work in to run these times in it. And I feel like people are like, yeah, the spikes are going to make me sick. But if you wasn't good anyway, I don't know how much it's going to change your dynamic.
That's a good thing for you to say, because especially for the juniors watching, because
like focus on the training, focus on the craft, focus on the real stuff.
Some people be on the verge of getting a new contract with someone, and they think,
I should go to this brand.
Nike's got some bouncy new spikes. Like I'm going to them, you know. Yeah. So those choices
have got some new spikes out as well, which are really good. Obviously, they haven't got the bouncy stuff on it, but they're like, it's still an innovative spike.
It's all technology. The way technology works, everyone.
Adidas have got the answer already. It'll be.
Well, I've seen some prototypes for the
and then the Adi boost at the back.
Yeah, I've seen a prototype on Instagram. I don't know if it's real, but like I saw one like Adidas one of like the big, you know, the one that Kipchoge wears. The big, I think they've got like one coming up maybe. So like I said, brands are always going to respond, but this is good because it makes people think outside the box. Yeah. So if it makes another brand, Adidas, propelled to another level because they're like, whoa, we ain't thought about this before, and we've got the resources to make this spike even better. That's great. So I think it could be exciting. Let's just see when the elite guys put the spike on. Let's see if, like, say for instance, if Coleman puts the spike on and he goes 960, let's wait and see. Or if he goes slower, let's see before we then make a judgment.
My thing is, well, how do we measure that? Because with a
Coleman
guy,
is already
he could already do that with normal spikes anyway.
It'll be more of a thing to the regular guy.
Because if
you look at the elite guys, like
you're already operating at high level.
Running at high level. So like for yourself, you've run 9.9.
My bad. No, but
yeah, 9.93.
No, windy. I was like, have I?
Listen, it's a 9.
God willing this season.
It's a 9. It's a 9. We're gonna.
God willing.
It's on the paper.
God willing.
No one can take it away from you.
Yeah. Okay, I
hear
that.
If you go and run a 9.9, it's like, okay, he's done that already.
If I did that and I had new spikes and someone said, oh, it's because of the spikes, I'll be vexed.
But for me,
I've been training.
For me, he's done it already.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah, if an average guy can make a massive, okay, I get your point.
Who's run 11.5?
If he now runs 10.9.
10.9, 10.8.
I get that.
I'd be like, whoa, that's a pretty big improvement.
Yeah,
that's a big improvement. Like, and anyone who knows track knows that kind of that's a mad gap to jump forward. Like, no matter how good your training is,
small
like,
time and space. Yeah,
that's sick.
It's a great debate.
11.5 in April and 10.9 in July.
People need to stop being so pessimistic about these type of debates. It's positive. It could be positive.
Yeah,
like. You're talking about, it's unfair for the sport and it takes it out of like the sportsmanship. But we need to evolve. That's part of evolving.
I want to know how it's unfair though, because it's not really unfair, because it's not as if to say that only one person
That's what I'm saying.
is going to get that.
Like, most brands are going to now, like, and you can buy it if you want.
From the moment that was put up, every other brand has gone
went in a lab and said, let's go.
Right, we need to do something.
Facts.
It's gonna bring the athletes greater performances.
Yeah, it's gonna help the brand.
It's gonna give us more promotion. Like, so I only see wins from it. Like,
same.
I don't see a negative thing. I think the negative will come if someone breaks the world record. Oh well, they only done it because they had those.
Well, if I was Bolt sitting at home and a man wears these new spikes that are said to help you in the last 20 meters and he goes 9:56, I'm gonna be
I'm putting my spikes back on.
I'd kind of just be like, I don't know, like, for me, I'd kind of be like, nah, it's
Times
not
have changed.
like, at that point in time,
yeah,
he's sitting on his couch.
True.
He's not gonna call up his coach like,
no,
yeah,
of course not, no.
Like, they've taken my record. I need to get back on the track and go and do something.
Gatling is still going.
I think you'd be a bit skeptical. You'd be a little bit skeptical though. You'd be a little bit.
Maybe.
Naturally though. But it shouldn't become jealousy.
What, in the sense of, what if I wore these spikes?
Yeah, maybe you'd be like, what could I have done? And also be like, is it because of the spikes? Like, it's a natural debate, but I think I'm open to having that debate.
If we want to know what you'd have done, what you would have done in those spikes, you should have run the last 20 in Beijing.
True.
That's one way that it could
I always wonder what he could have ran.
Like, 9.55.
You reckon 9.55?
9.55. I don't think the time would have been that much faster than what he'd run in Berlin. Yeah. But I think 9.4, 9.5. 9.54, I should say.
When I watched that 58, well, I think his coach did an interview and said that there was a lot of things he did wrong. Obviously, we can't tell because we're just watching. But for me, it looked like a close to perfect race. It did look like
his start was good as well. Like, that was the first time. It was
62 to 60.
Everyone, I
don't know how much more you would have got.
What more? So he's basically saying that if these things were corrected, he would have probably got to.
Then if Coleman last week or 2 weeks ago, if he had come out those blocks quicker, what could that guy have clocked?
No, it's good, man. This is the thing. We need to see these times because.
And there's the other kid as well. There was another guy that's been dropping some quick times this season, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he's an American guy. And Baker's doing.
There's Coleman. There's Kemp.
Might be that guy.
Yeah, mate, it's good because I think when you see someone running 6'3", what you do is you challenge what you think limits are. So you say, well, what should my ceiling be? If he can run 6'3", why should I aim so low? Do you know what I mean?
Now we're in a different space now, because I think for me, when I watch track and field and a 60 more specifically, if I see 6'5", I'm already like, yeah, cool, 6'5". When I start seeing people run 6'4s", then you can't look a bit more. And now we're seeing a guy who can, we're basically expecting him to run a 6'3" look easy. Yeah. So we're now in a different stage where it's like, yo, we need to now appreciate the 60s as much as we're appreciating the 100s. And I think I've always said that indoors doesn't get the same amount of love that it does for outdoors.
The only reason why it does it is because I think people are. It's a lot of different mindsets with the 60, but I do feel like people, obviously outdoors is where it's at.
Yeah.
Facts. We can't dispute that. But I think a lot of the time, and I used to do it when I was younger, I think people snob off the 60 or like cuss it out because they're not good at it.
Yeah.
Or because they don't have the ability to get up to speed quick enough. They say, don't care about that event, man.
I open up on the last 40.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that. But, I still feel like challenge yourself, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think when people start being open to the challenge and open to being a bit more vulnerable over the 60, I think, and you see bigger names doing the event, then you say, okay, this is something we need to sort of pay attention to. I think Coleman's done that well enough anyway. like him sort of making the 60 relevant again.
Now he's doing the indoors, outdoors, he's on everything.
You see that year that Powell come and said that I'm doing indoors.
Yeah,
yo,
that was lit.
I was there like, yo, this man's
went
gonna
like
do
43
bits.
or 42, bang, or 44, whatever it was.
Cruising.
I was like, yo, man.
Cruising. He's another one. Like, if he didn't cruise,
True.
I would say that would probably been about 37.
How, man?
Yeah, defo.
Defo
Has
37.
Gatlin never done one? Or Tyson?
Gatlin's
run
done like
40
a
something.
46.
Yeah,
He's done like
right.
he's done a 46 indoors.
Because the Americans
But
tend to,
outdoors,
don't they?
him and Gay have gone through 60 and 6-3 outdoors. So they could.
Yeah, they definitely could.
They could do it.
Well,
But yeah, no, I think seeing someone like Coleman doing what he's doing, me being a tall sprinter, I look at it and I say, okay, you may not get to 60 and 6-3, but you know, how much can you sort of close that gap over that first 60 basically?
What's the fastest you've gone through 60 in? Outdoors, if you know.
53.
Okay.
So that was
2018.
That was trials actually. Well, if you had adjusted the wind,
Yeah.
that would have been 53 going through. So yeah, I think if you're gonna run under 10 outdoors, you're looking at 6.5 low and better. I'd say that's if you're gonna take care of the second half of the race. You kind of wanna be in that ballpark. But indoors, I don't think you need to run 6.5 indoors to be able to go under 10. There's many examples of people who don't necessarily get the quick indoor times and then outdoors
come flying
monstrous. So it just depends on how you're made up.